delighted. I'll send your best wishes to her.
Oh my God! Wow.
Vin, when I told friends you were coming on, a lot of ladies on out there, and quite a few fellas, all got very excited about the thought that Vin Diesel was going to be here. You have that following, you have that effect on people. You're certainly not unaware of that, I'm sure. You take advantage of that ever, Mr. Diesel? Okay, next question. Vin, I have with me, I hope you wouldn't mind partaking in a small experiment here. I have with me, in this canister here, some weapons-grade helium, okay? And I have a balloon, a fresh balloon, okay? And I'll show you how this works. You ever done this before?
Well, show me how it works.
Okay, now, here you go. You listen to my voice. This is like a normal man's voice, not super deep like yours, not super high like a girl or a baby or a lady or a rock star, like a normal voice. Have a listen to it in a minute after this. This is me speaking normally. Hello, good morning, how are you? I'd like to order some pizza, please. That's a normal voice.
Yeah.
Okay, now this is me under the influence of this substance. Okay, and I would say, hello, I'd like, no, I do it, no, I'd like a pizza, please. Yes, a man's pizza, what's wrong with you?
You want to try some of this action? Green balloon. Let's do a bit of vin au natural.
Uh-oh.
What are you going to say? Give us a little
I
bit
have no idea what I'm going to say. Now you inhale this.
Take all that down, okay, and then inhale.
And this is legal.
Suck it all in, and then let's say a few words. Say a few words.
If I medicine...
But Vern Troyer's in the room.
If I medicined you, I'd make a brain tumour look like a birthday present.
Vin Diesel, ladies and gentlemen. What a treat. Thank you, Vin. Fabulous. You going to stay for the music?
Yeah, I'll do whatever you want. Okay.
He's going to stay on us, ladies and gentlemen. Great to have you here, Vin.
All right.
When they came to you with the movie, you, I assume... I'm very sorry. What are you saying? Very sorry. It's my mother-in-law. Amanda? Yeah, hold on a sec. I'm a bit busy. I have got the 4 tickets for Barbra Streisand. We're going on the 22nd. That's right. Okay. No, smart casual. Bruce wants to talk to you.
What are you wearing? Wait, I can't hear. They're very young.
Probably incontinence pants. She's hung up on you. I don't blame you. She had no idea. I just said, Bruce, she didn't know it was you. She thought it was just some sort of perfect guy. Can you learn karate by doing the wax on, wax off?
Yes.
No, you can't. The kid here, you don't do that, do you? What do you teach him here? You don't do wax on, wax off.
I teach him jacket on, jacket off.
Jacket on, jacket off. You have to be very careful because that means something else.
Actually, everything's kung fu. Actually, I have a more idea. Like, you know, the door.
Yeah.
You know, the door. You can just push it up. You know, that's everything the martial art.
Yeah.
Suppose I have more idea. Just catch the mosquito. You know, I try to slip in. There's a lot of mosquito. I just tell the young kid, you know, grab the mosquito.
But you have to do it again and again to get the benefit.
You have to again in the movie. You know, catch the mosquito. Also, it's a kung fu. Okay, you give me a punch.
Well, I don't know if this is wise. Seriously, you on this? Because this could be a bad thing for you. Seriously.
You seriously?
Tricky, I'm very adept to this kind of thing.
Okay, forget it.
No, I'm not. Come on, go on. Okay, here we go.
The punch will be like this.
Okay, where? On
Here.
the face?
Yeah.
How fast?
Whatever.
Whoa!
See?
He caught a mosquito.
Yeah, there's a mosquito. When you caught like this, then when somebody punch, boom.
Wow, so...
You just crap. Boom.
No, you didn't get that one. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Be careful.
What's his focus? Focus. You want to do one? Have a go. We're closing out. We're out of business. Just do it. Well, not the whole thing. Just that bit there. These were meant to smash easy. What's going on here? Ow! I I think that's not the... That's
You
not
tricked me.
I don't know, but that part... How did you decide on how to play him? How much input does the director have, or the writer of the movie, and how much do you bring to it yourself, in the case of Hannibal Lecter in particular?
Well, I just read the script and I thought, oh, I know how to play this guy. On the first reading, I know it's an instinct you have.
know.
And whenever I take a part in the film, I read it and I think, yeah, I think I can do this. And a good director will let you do your thing and will direct you accordingly. But so I had a pretty good idea how to play him.
Are you one of those actors who immerses himself in the role? Are you at all method in your approach?
Not really, no, never have been. I learned the lines, show up and I learned the lines pretty well, and by doing that, it sort of acts itself out.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm shallow, I don't know, but...
Did you base him on anyone at all?
Hal the Computer in 2001.
Really?
Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Dave. And I wanted to get this disembodied voice as if he was a killing machine.
But that was great. 2001, you're right, is that kind of like very cold and yet calculating and unemotional.
Well, the trick is, I guess, to play a man like that, to play him very sane, to play him really normal, and then let the audience do the work. So, hello, Clarice. It's not real FBI, is it? And let the audience do all the work for you. You don't have to play crazy.
Have you ever used that voice on the phone to get slightly better service?
Yes, yeah, I have. Hello there. I remember sitting in the movie theatre in Los Angeles, and it was a private showing of it, and I was sitting behind some friends I'd invited, and I tapped them on the shoulder just afterwards. I said, are you enjoying yourselves? And I was in an elevator in, where's the Century City one? I was in, this was not that long ago, maybe 10 years ago. I was in an elevator, and it was one of those big steel elevators, stopped on the 4th floor, and a woman got in with a little boy. He was about a 10-year-old kid. And so I was standing behind them, and as the elevator went down, she said, what does this remind you of, this elevator? He said, Hannibal Lecter. So I just stood very quietly, and she turned and she said, ah! So, and the boy jumped as well, because his mum jumped.
Were you tempted to do the old... How do you do that, actually?
It's quite easy.
Well, you say
You can all do it.
But you keep the tongue back there.
I don't know, it's such a long time
Hey,
ago.
but where did that come from?
It was on the moment when I said I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. And the little voice in my head said, go on, do it.
I mean, I should have stopped doing it now, though, because it's beginning to, it gets up close.
It's so boring, yeah.
No, it's not boring. It's just it's a little bit arousing. We see you there with Dan, of course, but what a great cast around you as well. You've got the great Michael Gambon on screen with you, Helena Bonham Carter, who's fantastic in it, and Alan Rickman as well. I love it when he's on. How is it working with those guys, and how has your relationship with those changed since you've grown up?
Well, I think when we were younger, we were just terrified of Alan Rickman, and now we sort of can have conversations.
He's still a bit scary, though, isn't he?
No, not anymore. He's super nice. He's super nice. You've got Jim Broadbent.
Jim Broadbent.
He's in this one.
He's terrific as well.
Brilliant.
Let me ask you about the relationship, the changing relationship in terms of your acting with the young performers you were, because, of course, in the books, we see that there's a kind of growing relationship between Hermione and Ron.
Yes.
Okay, and now you're going to have to bring that to life on screen.
Yes.
So there's going to be kind of romantic scenes, kissing scenes, and so on and so forth between you and Rupert, who you've grown up with and you've known, and presumably there isn't that actual... He's not your boyfriend, is he?
No.
So is that going to be something, seeing as you've known him for so long? Have you done any of those things yet?
Actually, we did the kiss 2 weeks ago, and it was the most horrible thing I've had to do. Not because Rupert isn't lovely, and there are millions of girls out there who would probably chop their left arm off to kiss him, but it just felt like incest. That's the only way I can describe it. But no.
Because she's like your brother. Yeah, of course. And so what? How did you prepare yourself? Did you just think about someone else, or did you just knuckle down and just...
Great thing about kissing is that you close your eyes. So...
Well, not always. You know, this is a bit of... Sometimes I open mine to see if the other person's looking.
So it's fine when I was actually kissing him, because I had my eyes closed so I could not think about the fact that it was him. The worst bit is when we had to open our eyes and look at each other, because then it was just like... and then we couldn't keep going.
Can I ask you about your wife? Can I ask you a little bit about your home life? I know you don't talk about it too much.
Whoa. You can ask me questions, I'll dance around them. It's a
But
fantastic
only because
thing.
you're married to one of the most successful performers in her field as well, and the gorgeous, I've never met her, you know, but man, I've admired her from afar like we all have. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, in a very safe way. The beautiful Beyonce. So congratulations on that. Well done for a start. How lovely. I'll ask you one question here. Is it true, and I've read this, and it probably isn't true, but is it true that her bouteille is insured?
That's just out of line.
I apologise, sir, but I read this in the newspaper.
That's just so far out of bounds, brother.
But if
you know when people start talking black on you, right? Hey, you out of bounds, brother.
Yeah. I've been speaking right back at you, brother. That's what I'm talking about.
I have no idea. You know they make up these things. They say all kind of things.
Yeah. So it's not insured?
Not that, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you, if my bouteille looked like that, I would insure it.
Ricky said.
I finally bought a house, Jonathan. That's my big news.
So you've moved house?
Yeah, well, I've never owned a house. I missed, you know, when everyone was getting on the ladder. I didn't get on the ladder.
But if you didn't get on the ladder back then, you can't get on the ladder
I was in
next,
real trouble.
Yeah.
I thought I'd never get on the ladder. There was this ladder.
But you did well enough to climb on the ladder
I can't believe I got on the ladder. I kept missing that. Every time I tried to get on the ladder, they would pull the ladder. I want the bloody ladder. But now I'm on the ladder.
You're a late ladder arrival.
I rented for like 15 years. I rented, and I just want to tell you this because I think it's funny. I was renting once and I lived above my landlord, who I never met. He went through an agent. Never met him. Never said hello to me, anything. But we did hear him and his girlfriend having sex every Friday night after the Jonathan Ross show. But I mean, I'm telling you, like clockwork. It was hilarious because we would be in on a Friday night because I should be working on a Friday night. This is how bad things were going. The show would finish and then we'd mute our telly and we would hear it start. And let's be honest, he was an underachiever. It was you basically have about sort of 90 seconds of her going oh, and then it would just end with. And this would happen every week. And then I started.
That sounds like a joyless relationship.
My wife and I would then pretend to have sex at the same time, and I would outlast him a little bit every week.
I don't know if I want any of this in my head now. I'm gonna, when the show's on.
I think you should be flattered.
Yeah, but when the show finishes, I'm gonna think he started.
I know. Oh God, they're going to be sitting there watching this, and he's like, "This is putting my weekly sex in jeopardy."
It might.
Maybe there's more than one. Maybe there's couples all over the country thinking, "Is it me?"
There was something in the paper this week that apparently this show tops the list of things that women think about during sex.
Really?
Don't sound surprised. There was an actual audible intake of breath and a no.
Maybe when you've got me and Gerard Butler on it, I can understand.
Was that for me or Butler? Who do you think it was for, really? Well, no, before we talk about your new movie, let's talk about the movie made with Tom Hanks, because I met Emily and interviewed her very briefly for the film show I do for the BBC, and you were just about to go off and shoot Charlie Wilson's War with Tom Hanks.
And take my clothes off.
Yeah, it's not a huge part, but you were nervous about it because you had to be semi-naked or nearly naked with him.
Yeah, which is mortifying, obviously, having to do any of those scenes. But, I mean, it was distracting doing it with someone like Tom Hanks, who I've grown up watching, and all I could think of was, like, Splash and Big, and... Oh, no, I shouldn't say that.
You don't think of...
Oh, God.
You're naked with Tom Hanks and think about Splash and Big. You can tell him that?
No, I veered off that on the day. Oh, God.
And how does he put you at your ease there?
He was so cool. He was such a gentleman and just made it very easy for me. I mean, it's always embarrassing. There's always some unnecessary crew guy lurking around.
But it's a weird part of your business, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is strange. I mean, it's never going to be comfortable. It's always quite clinical. I mean, there's always someone gagging for their lunch break in the middle of your love scene. So,
you know, you mentioned the family audience for the films, and one of the things you will notice if you haven't seen Bollywood movies, and I'm sure a lot of people here this evening have, but some might have, is that they're not anywhere near as explicit as our movies are. You don't see, there aren't sex scenes for a start. There's very little kissing, in fact, in the films. This is something which you prefer as a performer, or is this a kind of a censorship generally, or you just don't think the audience would want to watch that?
No, you know, our films are like a little cabaret variety because we want to cater to a 90-year-old lady and the 9-year-old little kid in the house. So we put in everything. But now you have a lot of kissing and sex in Hindi films. Personally, I'm awkward kissing on screen, so I don't do it. So I have in my contract that no horse riding and no kissing.
Wow. And you don't want to get those two mixed up,
no,
either,
no. No kissing the horse either.
No.
Yeah, it's like that, yeah.
And we don't need to fill in the rest. OK, now, John, like me, has waged a constant struggle with his weight. Is this right, John, in recent years?
No.
Yeah, you get big and you get small again. You do, don't you?
Come on now.
You did. I read you on a special diet where you...
Big. I gain maybe, 10, 15 pounds, and I lose 10 or 15 pounds. But
I don't mean you were grotesque and you needed a forklift truck to get in.
You gotta be specific.
OK, I meant you're a man who occasionally...
Likes to eat?
Likes to.
I would like to eat now because you've kept me here for 17 hours and I'm starved. Do you have anything to eat at all? Thank you.
Not all of them. They're for me as well. Why don't you take them all? How many of those
I would prefer a pizza.
John, how many of those could you eat in one sitting, do you reckon?
One, because, One. That's all.
What's wrong with you?
Well, if you had a pizza, I'd eat the whole pizza.
Well, I don't
feel
have a
like
pizza.
Sweet. All right.
Have one. You have one, I have one.
I don't really want one. Now got my hands
Well,
dirty.
you don't want one now. I bought you donuts. You're not
Well,
eating
because I haven't had dinner yet, and this is dessert.
Stop whining and eat a donut, Travolta. Just relax. No, let's not talk for me. Let's just enjoy the moment.
This is like they're making love or something.
Or something. Hey, John.
That's all. I can't eat anymore.
I wish I bought you a pizza.
Oh, now that's a better idea. Look, just leave that there.
What do you mean leave it? That's on eBay tonight. Hey, John, how long are you spending in the UK? When do you go back to the United States, and how do you intend to spend the rest of the year?
The sugar's kicked in.
Yeah.
Here for 3 days, and then off to Germany, then go back to the United States.
Ricky, hey, Gervais, Ricky.
What?
Do you want to come out and dance with John before he goes so we can cement the extras deal? Come on out and have a dance with John. Come on, we'll look for you.
of course.
Come on out. Come on, Ricky, come on. Rock on, yeah.
Do the twist.
You can talk.
Should we do the twist? Should we do the twist?
I can only do one dance.
He's going to do it. He's only got one dance. This is going to be good.
Okay, can you follow the move?
Go ahead.
Okay. So it's...
Step. Take a step.
Ready? Ricky, spin me, spin me, spin me. Ricky Gervais and John Travolta, ladies and gentlemen. John, God bless you. Thank you, John. You mentioned some of the shows on Kazakhstan television. Would there be a talk show like this? Who would have my kind of job? Was there a show like Friday Night with Jonathan Ross in Kazakhstan?
We have a big star called Victor Hotelier. You know him?
I don't think we know him here. No.
He is the star of Almaty Summer and the comedy film What a Nice Laughter.
Okay.
I am a friend of him, ladies. He have a show called Fun Talkings, and it have a camera, like you say, in the reception room, like you.
Like in the green room,
and it have one camera in a ladies' toilets. I would like to very much see these ladies from all sides make a toilet. Yes? Not so much smoky. Yes?
It looks to me, I don't want to point the finger in here, but it looks to me like Melanie may well be up for it because she seems to be responding in a way. Yeah, I think you. Because you were making flirtatious eyes when he said that. You looked
it was a frightened expression.
You like to make a toilet, Melanie? How much is she? No, please.
I can't accept cash while the cameras are on.
I have £5. I have $1.
He's got £5, Melanie.
That'll do.
Great!
While you're over here, will you
I'm thick like a can of Pepsi. You like me?
Thick like a can of Pepsi.
You have a nice chum?
Chum?
You have a chum. Your chum is a thick.
Yeah, it's long more than thick, to be honest with you.
Can I touch
Hold
it?
on. Why did you groan then? No, you can't touch it, boy.
Why not?
Because it's private.
You can touch mine.
I know I can, but I really don't wish to.
But why not? I'm insulted.
You're insulted I haven't touched your member.
Please, you will touch my chum. Please, you are in South Kazakhstan. Please, you will touch my chum. I have never been so insulted.
On behalf of the BBC, have you planted people in the audience?
They expect us normal. Always you touch chum.
I'm going to use my left hand.
Thank you.
That doesn't make it any more special.
In my country, if you grasp with the right hand, it means you are a proof.
Does it?
Yes.
I'll use both then if you want, because my allegiances lie with my...
Good,
my
please. Please, touch.
That was kind of a...
Do not be shy. Do not be so English. Please, you...
Okay, all right, okay. You know, I wish I could say this is the first time I've done this on the TV.
Please, do not be shy. Thank you. Very nice. Wow, wow, wow. Very nice. Can I touch yours? Very nice. Hot dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, Borat.